Alrighty, guys. 2's Sunstrider here, and welcome to another Sunstrider Thoughts on video. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but I guess I've just been a little bit too engaged and sidetracked by all my streaming and editing stuff. But Planetside 2 has some pretty big news recently. So, as you guys may know, ever since completing my NC directive grind, I've been taking a little bit of a break from Planetside. I definitely let myself go a little bit at the end of that Godsaw grind. Really wanted it, which obviously I'd want to get it done. But I definitely lost a lot of my self-control at the end of that grind, and it's kind of been making me rethink my shit. You know, just rethink how I act on my streams a little bit. But that's not the point. The point is that I may be ending this break pretty quickly. Hello. Because some pretty big news has been delivered by the Planetside 2 development team. It was a vast variety of news from them the past couple weeks. And as per usual with my thoughts on videos, I'm going to be kind of sharing my own thoughts and sharing my 2 cents on everything. So the first major thing is that Planetside 2 development team has gone off on their own. I don't know if they're completely separated from Daybreak Games or they just created their own team so it'd be easier to coordinate amongst themselves. But the team from Daybreak Games that was behind Planetside 2 has gone on their own and created Rogue Planet Games. A whole new dev company. Like I said, I don't know if they're completely independent or still will have some sort of contact with Daybreak Games in which way. All I know is that this is supposedly going to give them more time and more opportunities to focus on their games and their franchise more and being a part of a greater dev team. Right, and with Planetside Arena's recent unfortunate cancellation last month, they're probably definitely going to have a lot more time to focus on Planetside 2 as they see fit. Now, I guess it's a little bit too early to tell right away, but definitely going to be interesting to see what the dev team does with their newfound freedom and newfound time to dedicate themselves to their games and stuff. But so far, things are looking up quite a bit with the news they've been sharing in the past few days. And I know I didn't talk about a whole lot about Planetside Arena's cancellation when it did happen. Happened like middle of January or something. But I didn't really have time to comment about it because about middle of January is when I was going through a lot of medical stuff. Yeah. The pain, I remember sometime last year when I was still in school, I'd be getting these like this sharp pain in my stomach whenever I was hungry. Like, whenever I have an empty stomach, the stomach acid, like, fucking has been irritating my stomach somehow. And at the start of the new year, at the start of 2020, it's been starting again. It was happening again. So I went back to the doctor, and middle of January, I had some testing done, and ultrasound and a fancy x-ray thing where I had to drink the specialized liquid, and they used a fancy x-ray camera thing to follow the liquid down. The the food intake tract, whatever the hell it's called. I know there's like a specific name for it, but I forgot about that. But yeah, around that time I was more focused on my medical issues, and I'm going back to the doctor for a follow-up appointment on the 19th to figure out what the hell's going on and how the hell we can fix it. But till then, I won't know. Yeah, around that middle of January area, I was more focused on my medical issues to really worry about Planetside Arena shutting down. But on the topic of Planetside Arena, and on it shutting down, now obviously, you all know that I'm not a huge Battle Royale kind of guy. But all the jokes you see, all the jokes and memes about the Planetside 2 development team aside, I do hold a good amount of respect for the Planetside 2 dev team. I mean, I'm quite invested in Planetside 2, so out of respect to the dev team, I decided to check out Planetside Arena. And at the start of Planetside Arena's launch cycle, it essentially felt like a reskinned PUBG, right? Had that same kind of feeling of gameplay to PUBG. Just all fancied up and, with fancy tech and stuff to make it look like the Planetside 2 universe, and of course a reskin of the maps and vehicles and stuff. But it felt like a reskin PUBG, I'm not going to lie. A little disappointing, yeah, but I think, at least in my personal opinion, I think if the dev team kind of if the dev team released Planetside Arena with more game modes instead of just the big Battle Royale game mode, I think it would have done a lot better. They started to work on Capture the Flag, and based off of the Capture the Flag responses from Planetside Arena, it was going quite well. So I think if they released with more game modes, like, the early access beta testing could have been the big Battle Royale mode, yeah, sure, fine. But if it released with more modes than just the big team mode, and then like maybe the big Battle Royale mode, Capture the Flag, maybe like in a team deathmatch, Call of Duty team deathmatch thing, and maybe even throw in a little bit of Halo too. Make like a big team version with like what do you call it? With like, vehicle spawns, and you gain resources as you kill stuff throughout the match, and then you can use equipment terminals to upgrade your stuff with resources you get by killing enemies. Alright, there you go. Big team Halo mode, except for the terminals, but yeah, they would have done something like that. I think it would have done a lot better, because you have all the people who like Planetside 2. Obviously, I'd play Planetside 2 more, but if there were more game modes available with Planetside Arena, I probably would have played it more as well. So you can kind of, you have all the people who play Planetside 2 for the big scale stuff, and then all the people who would play Planetside Arena for the Call of Duty Halo style round-based, lobby-based matches. Kind of thing, bigger player base, bigger income from two different games, that kind of thing. But what's done is done. And with Planetside 2 swept under the rug, kind of forgotten, it means that they can focus more on Planetside 2, which isn't a bad thing, Would have been great to see what Planetside Arena could have become, but I'm not going to lose any sleep now that it's gone. Right? Obviously, I would have played more Planetside 2 anyway, so it's not like it really matters. It's just that's my 2 cents on how maybe it could have done better. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion, though. I'm not a game dev. I'm just a dude that plays games, so whatever. All right. And with their newfound free time and freedom from Daybreak Games, they have announced a pretty big excavation update, which adds in a bunch of new cool shit. There were a couple of dev streams the past couple days on the 6th and the 7th. You're probably going to be watching this on the 8th. But on the 6th and the 7th, so the past couple days, there have been a couple of dev live streams showcasing what this new update will entail, as well as some playtest gameplay of stuff that's about people, play testing the stuff and messing around with this new stuff. So yeah, it definitely adds a lot of new life to the game, I definitely say. So in this new update, these new war resources and these war assets are being added to the game. Where, you boot up the game, you'll jump into like Esamir or Hazin or whatever fucking map is open, and then you start playing the game. And as you capture territory and all that stuff, you start earning these war resources. Which then I think you go into your social tab, or I think your social tab. And somewhere in here, there's like an armory tab. I think the armory is a separate tab, but it may be a sub tab in the social category. But I can't exactly remember what it was like. But somewhere in either the social tab or the bottom, or somewhere in the list of bottom tabs here, there will be an armory tab where as you fight, you will earn these resources, which you can then transfer to war resources. And you can call in this big bubble shield that summons like a mini warp gate shield that surrounds like a base. Like a construction base, a point of interest. Maybe keep a Sunderer or a group of Thunderers safe from enemy bombardment from the air and other vehicles from long range. Protect a player-made base from just being bombed by a Liberator. I'm pretty sure it can also be deployed in normal bases, so maybe you can, I don't know, protect a generator room with it or something, or maybe give more, expand the safe zone of the spawn or something, I don't know. A lot of implications can be made with that, and that's like a defensive option. A utility option is you can summon these giant anvil storage chests from the sky, and they slam down on the ground. And you can set it up to be a certain light, medium, or heavy vehicle, depending on which anvil you summon and what vehicle you have programmed in there. And like the light one could have the javelin and the flash. The medium one can have like harasser and lightning, and then the heavy one could be main battle tank Sunderer, or Sunderer the medium one. I think Sunderer is in the large one or something like that. But yeah, and yeah, just the anvil is like a utility, right? So if, I don't know, you and your outfit or attack, or you and your outfit, platoon, whatever, attack a player-made base out in the boonies, and you finish off a player-made base and you want to get out of there fast, you can just summon an anvil down, spawn a couple Sunderers from it, and away you go. Right? And You can also get a free orbital uplink instead of having to go through the process of building a base, storing up Cordium, building the uplink thing, getting the Dark Targeter, going to the spot you want to bomb as an Light Assault or an Infiltrator, designating the target, and then waiting for it to drop. You can save up enough resources, unlock it for the inventory tab, and then you left click here and there'll be like a war assets option here. And then you can summon it down there. Same with the anvil and the sky shield. You'll right click it here, or I guess you right click it in the map screen or on your mini map. And then you can summon it down there that way, so you don't have to go through the whole process of building a dedicated orbital uplink base thing. And of course, the biggest one of them all, the offensive war asset, is of course the Bastion fleet carrier. Which so far, the Bastion fleet carrier is essentially a giant flying boat with a lot of guns on it. Regardless of it being called a fleet carrier, aircraft can't land on it just yet. Aircraft can't land directly on it, or else they'll freak the fuck out, slide off the Bastion fleet carrier, or just explode. Something like that. And it's kind of unconfirmed if infantry can stand on it or not, because the devs said infantry shouldn't be able, or was not able to stand on it, but during one of the live streams when they were playtesting, infantry could stand and fight on it. I don't know how wonky it was for them, but they could fight on it, so I don't know. It's kind of unconfirmed whether or not that was supposed to be a planned thing. And you can't board it either. You can't jump. You can't land on it or gal drop on it and board it and kill everybody in it, take it over, or blow it up from the inside or something like that. According to the devs, that take a lot of coding because the way Planetside physics currently work, it'd make it kind of wonky and stuff. So maybe in the future, never say never, maybe in the future that could be a feature. So far, there are these giant flying boats where you and your platoon could load up. It holds 28 seats, I think. Not all of them are guns, right? Not all of them are guns. Some of them are guns. It does have a vast assortment of weaponry on it. But if you bail out of that thing, you'll be put into a generic ESF, so it won't copy your ESF's loadout, but you'll get an ESF with basic guns on it, afterburner, they said an ejection seat or something. No drop pods or anything like that, or else you'll just drop into the middle of nowhere, especially with how fucking slow the damn thing is. And so far, it's just a giant flying gunboat. It's a bigger galaxy right now with ESF storage in it. Which, it's a fleet carrier. Of course it would have ESFs on it. Oh yeah, I'm interested to see what improvements happen in the future, but of course we have to see it in live play first. All this stuff is on the playtest server. I don't have the playtest server installed right now. I maybe try installing the playtest overnight and seeing if I can get some playtest gameplay up. Like a playtest stream or something, or maybe participate in the next big playtest if I don't have to work that day. That'd be cool. Yeah, that's all the war asset stuff. But one thing I will say, I did mention something about outfit earlier. The war assets and all that stuff are only usable by outfits, right? So big outfits like that will only be able to access them, and then outfit leaders could dictate what ranks have permissions to do certain things. Any of you guys who are not new to my channel will know that I'm not a big outfit kind of guy. I learned my lesson the hard way. My playstyle and my personality doesn't make me fit into hardcore competitive outfits. And I'm talking about, obviously, my short time in CIK. It just didn't work out. You know, I guess my personality and my playstyle and the fact that I talk too much or something drove me away from it. Right? And according to the outfit leader, which all of you guys know, those of you who play on Conroy server would know that that outfit leader name is Beefy. He said that like none of the fucking squad leaders and platoon leaders even liked me. So fine, you can kick me out, but never expect me to come crawling back if you guys fucking hate me. Like, he fucking mentioned it to me on Discord. Like, you know, I mumbled something in proximity chat during an ops night, and he kicked me out. I guess I talked too much or something. Yeah, that was my experience in CIK. You know, fucking, and that's when I learned that competitive outfits like that just aren't my thing. That's when I learned I should just stick to directive grinding and playing all 4 factions and doing that stuff. And the fact that the war assets are available to outfit only, I kind of, you know, that stung me a little bit, being a solo directive grinder. And you know, any other fellow pubbies would probably feel the same way. Alright, I'm just a random guy farming gun kills all the time. I'm not in it for the big squad play. If I were to ever join another outfit, it would be making my own kind of, you know, social friendly community outfit for my Twitch channel, for those of you who would be interested in hanging out with me and following me along. Alright, and if I were to create my own outfit, I still would focus directive grinding, obviously. But if I would create my own outfit where people actually legitimately cared about said outfit, you know, like, for example, Army of the Dim Giant. There's this Twitch streamer called Dim Giant who created his Planetside 2 outfit as like a social hub for fans of his Twitch account. I'd probably do the same thing. If I would create an outfit and people started joining that actually cared about the outfit and playing the game, and they just wanted to, you know, play with me too because people like playing with Twitch streamers apparently. Your interaction and all that stuff, then I would probably care more about big objectives like that. But in competitive strict outfits like CIK and all that stuff, I don't really fit well there, you know. All the clear comms moments and serious stuff like that, and not being allowed to openly chat like that, that's kind of not great. The only rule I'd probably have in my outfit is that be respectful, obviously, right? I don't go around causing a big fuss and all that stuff. And just, you know, stick with the group. You know, because obviously the goal of an outfit is to gather a large group of players into coordinated efforts. If I were to get a legitimate outfit going, I'd care more about those bigger objectives a little bit. At the bare core of the outfit would still be a social group instead of a competitive outfit. And, you know, I wouldn't go try-hard mode like competitive outfits do. It'd just be like, you know what? If we do good, great. If not, oh well. Just hanging out with with my viewers and my fans and hanging out with them is really the primary goal of what would be my outfit. And if we were able to get large amounts of outfit resources like that and war resources and all that stuff, then cool, might as well use them, right? And which leads me to another thing called Outfit Wars, which is like a competitive flip side to Planetside. Now, I'm not too sure how dedicated I'd be to that even if I'd make my outfit, right? Alright, I probably wouldn't go try hard with it all the time. I'd probably also leave it up to the people in the outfit too. Like maybe every pre-season, off-season qualifying round or qualifying period, I'd be like, alright, who wants to opt in, who wants to not opt in, and depending on the responses of the people like that, then I'll probably make my decision off of that. But, and I'd probably also make a Discord as well on top of that to kind of coordinate everybody as well. You know, better coordinate everybody through the Discord as well, but regardless of that, the Outfit War seems interesting. You know, seeing a competitive version of Plaetside, essentially, where it's like this smaller, desolate map off-world that's not a part of Araxis as a whole. Gets everybody, or 3 outfits, 1 from each faction, gets yeeted into this desolate map, and they fight over the map. First, like, 500 points wins. It'd be interesting to watch. I don't know how willing I'd be to jump into it. Like I said, I'd need my own legitimate outfit full of people who are actually dedicated to said outfit. They're not there to just loll about and all that stuff to see. But I don't know how many people would be interested. I'm definitely not as big of a Planetside Twitch streamer. Plus, I do have some pretty gnarly anger issues when it comes to this game as well. Although, I will admit, I was playing Planetside 2 on my TR a little bit. I was setting up my, no, not my sniper rifles, my scout rifles. I got the Dragon done. I already had the AMR done, but I got the Dragon done, and I even worked on the Vandal a little bit. And I didn't really lose my cool at all during that. I'm actually kind of proud of myself to say that. That I was able to get through a whole Planetside session without losing my cool. But I do have a bit of gnarly anger issues when it comes to this game that I'd probably want to get sorted out first before people would be probably interested in the playing with me, because I just think when I rage and stuff like that in Planetside, it just kind of ruins it, at least for me. I definitely want to get some better control over my anger issues before I decide to start a big outfit like that. I don't want to be like a salty World of Warcraft raid leader, you know? Right, getting frustrated every now and again is fine and understandable. When I turn into like a salty World of Warcraft raid leader, then it starts getting a little bit too much, and it just ruins the moment for me. Yeah, being a solo directive grinder probably kind of hurts myself in a way, because when this update comes out, I won't have many opportunities to engage in those types of things. Which I suppose you could say I'm quote-unquote playing the game wrong, right? Especially since the developers are putting more and more focus on this outfit play instead of right, because this I already have, and It's clearly easy to see that this update was made for outfits, right? This has outfits completely in mind. Right, which, you know, it's understandable why they're doing it. It just makes somebody like me, a solo directive puppy, it makes it a little bit, you know, difficult for me to get into this update, get hype about it. Like, don't get me wrong, I am hype about it. Just when I heard it was all for outfit only, and strong outfit only, like competitive outfit only, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm still hyped for it, right? I'll still have opportunities to engage in that kind of stuff. Like, I'll be able to see the big bubble shields being deployed, and I'll be able to fly around in an ESF or on a Bastion fleet carrier and help protect it. I just won't be able to ever call any of that stuff in myself. I'm kind of sad, bro, but hey, you know what? I chose my playstyle, right? I chose what I want to do with my Planetside 2 career, so... And the devs are making their choice as well. They want to do stuff for outfits. I'm not really into outfits. Is what it is, you know. Not much I can do about it. I'll still be able to see and interact with the fleet carriers and the war assets. I'll just never be able to call them in myself. Unless, like I said, I make that big social outfit for like people who somehow enjoy my content, right? With me yelling at my computer screen all the time. But yeah, like after my Godsaw grind, it really made me rethink how I'm treating streaming and Planetside 2 as a whole. And I always tell myself I want to get better. And I always say that on stream, like I want to get better at it, but I go and play Planetside 2 for a week and nothing has changed. Action speaks louder than words, and my actions are saying otherwise when my words are trying to say something else that's simply just not true. I'm probably putting too much focus on this, but hey, whatever. Alright. It's important to me and my channel, so I'm going to talk about it either way. Anyway, back on track. Planetside 2 update. A lot of outfit stuff. We'll see what happens. I look forward to seeing Bastion fleet carriers and more assets in use in game. Don't get me wrong. It'll definitely be cool to see, and just, you know, new content in general in Planetside 2, especially after so long since the last big update. You know, the last big update was what, the NSO characters, right? And that was members only. Having something for members only is a little bit worse than having something for outfit only, because at least non-members would be able to take part in it as well, as long as they're in an outfit. But then you have to, you know, pay money, real money, in order to get involved with NSO. I think it's a little bit of a more publicly accepted thing, right? When people learned that NSO would be members only, they kind of... A lot of people got a little bit skeptical about it, but for the most part, NSO characters have been genuinely well received. I know there's some people who kind of despise it for being members only, but let my bias be known, I am a member as well. And considering the fact that I have NSO experience because I'm a member and all that stuff, they're not bad. Alright. And it's good for the vets as well. It's good for like long time vets of Planetside too, who kind of don't have much to do. They invested in all of the certs they wanted. They got all the weapons and armor upgrades and stuff they wanted, so they have really nothing else to do. These NSO characters allow them to use their skills to better assist the low populated faction. Right, so it gives them something to do. It's good for vets. I think the NSO were really more directed towards veterans of Planetside too. Long-time people who've kind of lost the sense of what to do. Gives them something to do. While this new update really gives outfits more meaning. Right? Because when the devs were explaining it, they kind of hit the nail on the head by saying outfits were just glorified friends lists where large amounts of people could band together and just play the game, right? Nothing really changed except the fact that you were hanging out with more people, right? Nothing changed in outfits except for the amount of people you were playing with. It was a glorified friends list. This new update gives more meaning to outfits and may make people like me think about either starting their own outfits to better control their own experience, or maybe give outfits a chance or another chance in my case, because I've definitely thought about it, and maybe it would be beneficial for me to try to rejoin an outfit or something, but it needs to be an outfit that can accept me for who I am and what kind of player I am, instead of an outfit who thinks I talk too much and nobody likes me. No high-ranking people in the outfit likes me. You know. And I'm sure there'd be somebody out there willing to take me in to maybe start an outfit or allow me into the outfit or something like that, but that'll be all within due time. I'm definitely leaning more towards me starting my own outfit to better control the situation there, right? Because in CIK, I had no control over how people viewed me. People probably saw me as an annoying outsider that nobody liked, which essentially I was that in CIK. I may have carried the CIK tag on me for a couple of weeks, but I just simply didn't belong, and it was apparent. I just didn't realize until it was too late, and the leader snapped at me and kicked me out. But yeah, this new update could either bring back vets, make loner puppies like me more interested in outfits and willing to give up outfits either another chance or just a first chance in general. And yeah, you know, each major update like this has a theme, and this is its theme. They also mentioned Osher a little bit, the new continent that was in development like forever ago. Osher is Nosher, sadly. Osher was apparently giving the development team a little bit too much trouble. So they decided to put it on hold until further notice, which means it's Nosher until further notice. It'd be cool to get a new continent, you know, some new visuals, a new continent, just a new environment to play in. But seeing the Bastions in action and all the assets used and giving outfits just a new meaning to make outfits more fine-tuned and more approachable is always fine as well. Either way, new content is new content. I'm excited to see what happens. Let me guys know what you guys think in the comments below. And overall, thank y'all for watching, and I'm out.